Hi everyone, this is Somber Remedium, and welcome to a game called the Stanley Parable, which is written right here, and which is an old game from about 2011, I think, for the first version, and they made a new version when they put it on Steam in 2013, something like that. It's a game I don't know much about. The only thing I know about it is that it is somehow funny, has some humor in it, has some weird narration. And I've tried to avoid spoilers for it for a long while because I thought it would probably be interesting to play on my own without knowing too much about it. But I kept forgetting about it and coming back to remembering it, but never playing it. So, well, here I am now in 2019 playing the Stanley Parable. Um, so, yeah, apparently we're in an office, considering the sounds there's over here. Let's just not wait too much and start the game. The end is never the end. Okay. The end is loading. That works too.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that's a
And
weird
then
job.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Uh, okay, so first off, what kind of job is that? Like you push buttons for the amount of time you're told to? Can I hide under my desk? And so basically the narrator is saying what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Can't open the door. I mean, if there was nobody at work, I would probably leave.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Hey!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't even know where the meeting room is. There's stuff on the
No
desk.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I can see outside too. Am I in purgatory? Who farted? That's a weird cup.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Are you calling me out? I do what I want. I just won't. What? I just work. I just hate my boss. Wow. Oh, I can't jump. So it's clearly an old game, just looking at the graphics. Like, I think it uses the source engine, like Gmod or something like that. But I mean... Wait. How big is that office? Oh yeah, I recognize this plant. It clearly is in Gmod, so that's definitely the same engine. Wait, what was that green thing? Oh, it's a poster.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
I hate Mondays. Hey, uh, narrator, I do, as I said, I do what I want, and just leave me alone. I play my games the way I want to. Oh, I can reopen this. I can't read. Sales in this quarter.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I see. But I can take the one on the right. Let's do that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, maybe that's what I wanted to do. Maybe I didn't. So many doors and they're all closed.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay, that's cool. I like this narration.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really
Yeah,
worth
that's
it.
cool. Very worth it. Oh, I think I really am gonna like this game.
At this point, Stanley's obsession, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room.
Oh,
He took the first
I
open
got
door
it.
on his left to get back to business.
He was gonna comment more about the fact I was staying in that room. So...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yep, well, I'm here now. Oh, I need a badge. A key card or something. I can die, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to try that. I wish I could jump, though. Okay, but there's no one to tell me I can't
Look,
do it.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, who's
This
her?
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
So if I go back, I can still catch up. Let's... I might do multiple playthroughs of this. Oh, wait. I can't go back? Well, you didn't tell me what to do to correct my paths, so... Let's... Oof.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and
What?
tell me all about
Your day.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a
Oh,
point here,
wow.
Stanley. I'm
Nice.
trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Maybe I shouldn't go inside.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, okay. Don't really have a choice there.
This
Hi,
is a very sad story about the
mannequin
death of a
wife.
man named Stanley.
Why should I press Z? Oh, I don't have a choice? Can I never do it? I don't want to press D. Come on, let me go. Ah, do I really have to?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, he's clearly mad at me. Ah, come on. Let's
Look at
do
him
that
there,
fast.
pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Not really. You pretty much put that on me. I can quit the game, I guess.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
K to watch TV. Hmm.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went
Spend
further.
times with the
He
boys.
imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called
Is
it
all
the
that in the
Stanley
game?
Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I feel like I really chose
But
the
there is
worst
no
path
answer.
to begin
How
with.
could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh, is that 0?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
So I should do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Let's try not pressing this one. I feel like I don't have much choice anymore. Let's be stubborn. I'll cut it in edit if nothing happens. Okay, I think nothing's gonna happen.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? Okay, I think I just restarted. That was a very weird one. Um, so I think there's, yeah, different paths and everything. I'll stay with this one for now and try something else in the next video. I'm very confused. Uh, so yeah, I'm intrigued at least. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video, and goodbye. Are they all gonna be like that?